Hello everyone, I'm Sarah Jane and welcome to Phoenixmaid Makes. Today I'm going to show you how I get this brown, the stark brown fabric-y distress pattern on the Traveller's Clutch. I was going to do a full tutorial showing you how to do that and how to actually fold your envelope to make this, but I am getting over an infection, so I'm going to keep it nice and brief. Okay, so I'm showing you how to do this on a small envelope because I've actually run out of large envelopes. So here we go. Okay, right, to do this you're just going to need a little bit of water and some distressings. I use peeled paint, a red brick, vintage photo and a little bit of broken china in the Distress Oxide. You can switch this out. It looks really nice if you use pinks. You can even use a mixture of the blue, pinks and greens to get a nice patina effect. Okay, so we're going to start off with a little bit. It's quite a long process because you have to do 5 to 6 layers. So we're just going to start with a little bit of the peeled paint. Okay, I'm sorry if the camera is wobbly. I'll do this as quickly as possible. You don't need to go, you need to cover it all, but you don't need an even finish. So you want to have some bits that are heavier than others, but everything should have a little bit of green on. It doesn't work as well. It doesn't look quite the same if you use a white base, which is why I tend to go for this particular shade of envelope when I'm doing this. It just gives it a more subtle, I think it comes out slightly richer. Okay, so the peel paint isn't going to look like it's going to do much when you add stuff on top, but I've tried it without and it never looks quite the same. Okay. There we go. I tend to go a little bit heavier on corners and folds, just because that tends to be where things take more wear and tear. And they do tend to be bits that distress first, so by the time things get really old, they're usually quite a bit darker. Can't see that very well, but as you can see, it has made, I've just missed a little bit there, let me just get that. Okay. So once you've done the peel paint, you can actually put that away because we're not going to use it again. Okay, so next we're going to go for the red brick. Okay. You can change your sponge if you like, I just tend not to. And it adds to the dirty. Again, you're going to cover it completely, but it's not hugely important if you miss small areas. And it's important with all the layers, you do want variation in how heavy it is. You don't necessarily want the heavy areas to be in the same place as heavy areas you've done on the last layer. Right, it's entirely up to yourself. Okay, I'm just going to get a little bit there, and then we're just going to make this a little bit heavier again. And then we're going to go, we're not going to use this one again. Okay, we are going to go for the vintage photograph. I have tried this with walnut stain. I'm still playing with it because I haven't come up with anything that I really like. It does make it darker faster, but I still haven't found a way to make the tone just the way I like it. You can get similar effects using other inks, but I wouldn't risk splash and mortar on them. The distress inks are designed to take it and to actually work with that. There we go, so there's our previous layers. Okay, so then we're actually going to go back and do another layer of red brick. Okay, here we go. You see it's really starting to make the colour quite rich now. Okay. And then we're going to come back in with one more layer, you can put that aside, one more layer of the vintage photograph. Okay. Now you can, if you just like the brown without the blues or any other hues in it, you can use it as. You can skip this next step and try it without. I just say play with it, have fun with it. You will find ways to mix your inks in a way that makes you happy. Okay, so here we're not going to do full coverage. We're just going to pop a few little bits about. Make some slightly brighter than others. Okay. Right. So once you have this done, I'll bring it closer to the camera for you to see. Okay, you can see it is quite thinner in a lot of places than others. We're just going to take a little bit of water and we're just going to splash. Now there's different ways you can do this. For this particular project, I've enjoyed just doing it with my fingers, but you can use a fan brush, and you can just flick it this way. You can tap it against something that works well. You can just try it in the air and hope you hit the paper. I think a lot of you are experienced with the Tim Holtz inks will have probably tried this at some point. The reason for the layers is that the water splashes through them at different rates, so they're gonna distress and separate the colours. You know, in some places the water's going to get through to lower layers than others, so it's going to wash away more ink. So we're just going to wait, and when you're happy with that, I'm going to add a little bit more water just here, a nice big dollop of it. Then all we need to do is let it dry. Now I do have a heat tool, but I haven't been able to find it since I moved into the flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut away and I'm going to come back to you in a minute. Bye. Okay, once it's dry, you will really see how the water has affected the Tim Holtz. Now as you can see, it's quite a lot brighter than it is on the junk journal. So then there's just one last step to ink, and that's we're just going to come back in with another layer of vintage photo. Let's just get that here, and that will calm your blues down, and calm the water splashes down. Just give it a really nice. Okay, so just a little bit more. Okay, now that's done. Now with your inks being water-based, you will, so that your project withstands minor splashes, you are going to need to, oh God, I really want to do that on camera, sorry, forgot to take it out the bag, I've had to buy it. You are going to need to essentially waterproof it. Now I would highly recommend you getting the Tim Holtz glaze. I've actually run out, but there is an alternative, especially which will come in handy for those of you who are just starting out, and that is just a handy dab of Vaseline. Okay, so you've seen how water reacts, so we're just going to take and you're just going to pop a little bit on. You're just going to cover the whole thing with a layer of Vaseline. Okay, I highly recommend you do this section after you've decorated your envelope, because I'm not sure how your glue will hold up with the Vaseline layer underneath. Okay, so we're just going to make sure you cover the whole thing. Okay, and I think what we'll do is once I finish this, I will go away, I will test this to see how it handles glue. Oh, I was planning on washing the mat anyway, to see how it handles the glue. Far too much there. Okay, and then we're just going to come in with a little bit of cotton wool or a cloth, and you're just going to wipe any excess off. Okay, and keep checking to make sure you haven't got any ink. If you get ink on it, it means you've missed a spot, and you just need to feel the paper to find out where that is and go back in. It won't make your paper feel greasy once you've removed it, and it'll still have a nice matte finish. I will show you. Right, now that's not greasy to the touch. The envelope is nice and finished, and as we'll see, we'll take a little bit of water. Use the fan brush, and we'll just splash there. And as you can see, it's formed little droplets. Can you see them? Okay, it's formed little droplets. It's not causing any discoloration, and it can just be wiped off. Obviously, it's not going to take too much wear and tear, but there we go. Okay, I'm going to go and do another test with the glue, see if we can glue straight onto this, and get right back to you. Okay, so I did a little testing, and it does seem that with fabric tack at least, the Vaseline base does hold up. It's a little bit tricky to get that first layer down, but once it's down, it's great. I haven't had any problems. How it will stand up to time, I don't know. Obviously, if you can afford the Tim Holtz stuff, go for that. Okay, but here we have it. We have a little pocket, a little envelope. Sorry, have a little pocket. We've got quite big pocket actually, because we can fit, most of that photograph inside there, and this little mini notebook. Yeah, so there you go. That is how you get the test this to see how it handles glue. Oh, I'm gonna have, you can decorate it after you've Vaselined it. Okay, ladies, thank you very much for watching. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye.